In this video, we go from this to this and this to that. Now, I know the whole headlight situation is a little bit controversial because the OEM lightning bolts are absolutely gorgeous, but wait till the end of this video because these are just as nice. Now, this video will be broken into 3 parts: a quick unboxing, an installation guide, and the final result. Alright guys, so it's time to unbox the new headlights and taillights that are going on the GTR for the SEMA build this year. Now, huge thanks to our partner AlphaRex for helping out with the GTR build. They have some insane lighting options. I've used them as well for the Z project. So if you're interested, check the link in the description. But I went with a clear lens instead of the red ones, and the reason I did that is because my wheels are going to be polished in chrome, so I figured some clear lenses would match perfectly with it. I did it on my G35. I think it would be a nice memory there. Now let's start with the taillight installation since it was the easiest. Now we'll say the hardest part about both installs is removing the front and rear bumper, which are not included in this video because it was already off for SEMA. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and show you how to install these taillights. It literally takes less than a minute. Grab the cord, pass it through, connect it, and you're pretty much done. Now this has a plug right here. This is for the side marker right here, but we're not gonna use that, so we're not even gonna worry about that. Pass the cable through here. If you have a rear bumper, you have to do a couple extra steps and put on the rear bumper. But since right now we have everything off, it's super easy to show you guys. Connect the white plug and we're pretty much set right here. Sheesh. Look at that. And we'll continue with the other side over here, Diego. Oh, double satisfaction, baby. Double. Now, a reason I love these taillights is because the halos are 3-dimensional. It feels like they're coming at you instead of being flat. Here's a headlight installation because there's a little wiring that you're gonna do. It's not that difficult, but just pay a little bit of attention so you're not as lost when installing your headlights. Here we go. Here's a wire sequence that you're gonna follow when plugging in your GTR headlights. Usually you would just do the main harness, but there is a couple extra steps, and here's how it goes. So this, we're actually gonna tap into a fuse box into the GTR. It's pretty simple, I'll show you right now. This will go to the positive terminal, negative terminal. This goes connected to the right side headlight only. Both headlights have a plug, but I believe we only connect it to one of the headlights, which is the shortest one, which is we only get this much wire, so it's just the right side, not the left side. And then you get the super long wire to connect this to the left side headlight, and then one for the right side. So let's go ahead and start it and connect all of this. So the first step is to actually remove your battery because you're gonna need to access that fuse box that is right next to it. All right guys, so we already took out the battery. Here's the fuse panel. And basically here's the map right here. So we're gonna take out this bottom one, washer MTR 10 amps, which is this last one right here. So we're just gonna take it, add it to the fuse tap, and that should be it. And then we should be able to put the battery back. So let's, this one right here, just add it on here. Cool. Now, we'll tell you right now, removing and putting back in that fuse box is a little bit tricky, so just have a little bit of patience. It's just a bunch of tabs. Okay, once you have the battery installed again, you have the wire installed. Now, easy, black terminal, red terminal, super easy. Once you're complete with the fuse tab and the positive and negative terminal wires, you will be left with 3 wires. 2 red ones, 1 yellow one. Short red one goes to the closest headlight, which should be the passenger side. The longer red wire goes to the driver's side headlight. Since it's the longest cable, it'll only reach that one. And I believe the yellow goes to the passenger side headlight. I mean, it's self-explanatory. It'll only reach 1 headlight. There's not enough wire. After that, just plug in the main harness and they should work. Oh, turn off the wipers. Turn off the wipers. Now, before you go out driving, this is important to calibrate your projector level. It is a small screw. Grab a little ratchet with the 8mm and you can adjust because if your headlight's pointing too low, you won't see anything. If it's pointing too high, you'll blind everybody, and I have a great example. You don't have to remove your headlight to calibrate this, which is the best thing, but I have a great example. I calibrated mine way too high, and here's a driving example of what that looks like because I was blinding everybody. Here we go. As you you can see here, I am illuminating everything. The sign up above, the sides to the sign. I'm fully beaming at the car in front of me. It's like I have my high beams on. You do not want this, which is important to level your headlight projector. So just park in front of your garage door and kind of make sure they're at a good level, man. But anyways, here are the headlights and taillights. Let me show you. So we can start with the headlight. They have an awesome startup sequence. Check it out. And here's what the emergency lights or turn signals look like. But what's cool about this headlight is you can actually switch the white DRLs to orange. Amber. I think white looks personally good for my car. I'll explain a little bit later. But here's an example on my Z of me switching them to amber. But the reason I don't switch them to orange is because the GTR has an additional DRL, which is why I cannot change the color. So I think it would look weird if I have orange headlights and then that white amber DRL. But you let me know. We can now move on to the tail light, and those also have a startup sequence as well. Check it out. And the brightness level on both the headlight and tail light are insanely bright, which I love about their product. And here's what they look like with the lights off. Like I said, my favorite part is that the halo is in 3D. It pops out. They look fantastic. But what is somehow even brighter are the emergency or turn signal in the back. They are insanely bright. But there you guys have it. Let me know what you guys think of the headlights and the tail lights. Be honest, be blunt. But regardless, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Drop down a comment. It really helps out the channel. We are currently working on dropping the GTR to the ground. Yes, we will be installing air suspension for everybody who's been bugging me about my wheel fit, man. Don't worry, but I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Thanks for joining.